Hey guys, so I know I normally am showing you guys how to make mini albums, but I attended Maker Mania last weekend, and it's just sort of if any of you don't know what it is, it's a crafting community. You get a kit of stuff and there's all different samples of how to make things with what you got. And I just wanted to share this with you because I thought this was absolutely stunning, and the store that showed this as their sample didn't actually give any instructions of how to do it, but it's so straightforward and easy. I want to show you my version of using this stencil. So this is a sizzix layered stencil. This one is called Hummingbird that I'm using for this. It comes with 4 different layers, so you can create this image, and it's so quick and easy. So I thought I'd take a little quick break from what I usually do and show you guys how I created this bird that I'm going to use. And I think it's pretty masculine, so I'll probably use it for a male birthday card and just emboss a little sentiment on here. But without further ado, let me show you how I put this together. Okay, so first thing is just let's go through the colors and the material, and you can do any color you like. So if you have oxide inks, and definitely need oxides for this because you need something that's opaque, but you don't have to use this color combo. This is what I had, and it's different than what the original showed, but you can see, like, literally you can I think you can go in any way you want. I'm going to do another one in sort of orange and red and pink hues, but I'm going to show you how I did this one. So I used these colors. I used cracked pistachio, peacock feathers, wilted violet, fossilized amber, and old paper. Okay, so I'm going to stack these up again in the order that I used them, and that you'll see why I did that, just to keep me kind of organized. The other thing I'm using is some black cardstock. I think you can use any smooth cardstock. In particular, I'm using Vicky Bouton because it can handle a bit more mixed media. Not that this is a lot of mixed media, it's just ink. So I think you can use any cardstock, but in general, I just like the thickness of it. Usually when I'm making a card front like this, I just put a little bit of tape on the back so I can stick my card down. Okay, so we're going to start with stencil number 1, and they're all numbered. So any of these stencils that you buy, they all show you, maybe you can see it here, but you can see where that says sizzix and number 1. So that's the first one we're going to use, and it has a guide around the edges of where you want to stick that down. So I'm just going to sort of eyeball, I'm not going to eyeball it, I'm putting the bottom of my card against sort of this leading line, and then I'm just using some washi tape to stick this down so it doesn't move while I am coloring. Okay, so I found for this first layer, because I'm using some pretty light colors, I did do a layer of white ink first. So just to get sort of my base a little bit more opaque, I found this really helped. So I'm just putting down a layer of ink, of white ink, and this is the Hero Arts. It's called Unicorn, and it's just a pigment ink. I was worried it would interact with my oxides, but it didn't. And I'm just putting down kind of a light layer. Now, usually when I do a layer like this, I'll go away, I don't know, go get a snack, do something else, because I want it to dry a little bit. But anyway, in this case, we're moving along quickly in the video. So if you have a heat gun, you can just give it a little shot of heat there and let that dry, but that's just my base. And now I'm gonna go in with my colors. So I'm gonna do old paper first. So we'll start with old paper. Just grab some of that, and I'm just rubbing it around, actually on the whole stencil, just everywhere. Just get that in there. And I'm telling you, when I was doing this, it doesn't look like much as you're rubbing it in, but when you lift it off, oh my God, it's just beautiful. I was amazed. Okay, so just get some more in here. All right, and then I'm gonna go in with some of this fossilized amber just to give another hue around the edges. So I'll show you in this card what it does is you can't really tell, but it gives a little bit of a different hue. So I love it because it just blends so nicely. So I'm just gonna grab some orange, or why did I call it orange? This guy, fossilized amber, and I'm just gonna go in around kind of the bottom part here and just blend that out. Okay. I think that's good. Okay, I'm just going to lift this off. And there's our first layer already, looking amazing. All right, now I'm going to grab the stencil marked number 2. Here it is. You can see that I've already been playing with this and I didn't bother cleaning it up because I thought I would jump on quickly and show you guys what I'm doing. So I just lined everything up. Even if you're a little off, it blends so nicely. It does not, it almost doesn't matter. Anyways, I did not know I was a fan of these layered stencils until today. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my Wilted Violet. And that's my base color. And here again, you can do any combo you like. I am definitely going to do this with some oranges and pinks and reds. And I think that will look amazing. There we go. I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to take this one off, and now I'm going in with stencil number 3. And just going to line this one up. Can get a little tricky. There we go. So number 3 is I'm using peacock feathers. So here I'm going to make sure that the black spot gets lots of the pigment because I want that to stand out when I lift this off. I want it to look really blue there. Okay. And this, I don't know, it's beautiful. I think if whoever designed this is an awesome artist, and to have this available, I mean, just really, you can be an artist too, I guess. All right, that's that. And we're on to our last layer, which is the cracked pistachio. Look how gorgeous that's turning out. Okay, and we'll just line this one up. Perfect. So there's some little spots where it's just black, and then once you lift this off, those portions will look just green, like the cracked pistachio, and the rest will have blended out. Okay, that's it, guys. That's what we just created in, like, I think 5 minutes. So that is stunning, and you can just dry it a little bit. All right, so here's both the cards. I literally just made both of these. If you want to emboss a sentiment, you need to wait for the oxide to be completely dry if you want to emboss it on top of the colored part. Doesn't matter if you want to emboss on the black, but if you want to go onto the ink, this has to be dry. Otherwise, your embossing powder will stick to this as well. So I'm just going to stamp a sentiment onto a little piece of cardstock here. And this one says, "For someone special." So let me just ink that up with my embossing ink and line this up. I'm going to save the other one and emboss right on it because I think that looks really nice. But in this case, because I just want to show you kind of a completed card. It looks like my stamp didn't go all the way, so I have an embossing marker, which is great, that I can just go over wherever it looks like it missed. Okay, and then put these to the side. Gonna grab my white powder. Okay, let's just. All right, and then just grab your heat gun and watch the magic here. Should be really quick. Sometimes I find if I hold it up or I heat it from the bottom, it actually starts to melt a little faster. Oh, here we go. Hold it up a little closer. All right, that is it. I'm just gonna cut this, make sure it's dry before I touch it. All right, and there we go. Essentially, I had just finished a little card front, and I'm gonna probably just pop this up. I think I'm going to cut it, trim it a little more because it's covering too much. But like I said, I think it's much nicer if you want to emboss right onto the card. I actually think that is nicer, and you just need to wait for everything to dry, which we're not going to do in this video. So I'm just going to trim this one down a little, just so it's like taking up a little less space. All right, and that can go right there. So there you go, a 10-minute max card front with some oxide inks and a stencil, and you can just make tons of these in different colors. Hope you guys enjoyed this little break from the usual mini albums. I will be back. I'm designing a quick album right now. I'm going to show you a version that doesn't actually make a base with cardstock. It just uses the patterned paper if you need something super quick, and then you can always adapt that to be with the cardstock base and then layered with patterned paper. But you'll see what I mean in my upcoming video. Anyways, hope you guys liked this. Have a great rest of your day or evening whenever you're watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.